All right, shalom, 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 shalom. I want to start off this lesson by giving, lesson and exhortation. I want to start off this lesson slash exhortation by giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash, double honors to my elders, my apostles, great millstone, which are the men that rule well, the men that taught us his truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect as always. And Lord's will, the title will be What Comes to Mind, which I might actually change the title. I really just wanted to jot down some scriptures real quick for this topic at hand, man. The Nottoway Plantation being burned, down in Louisiana. It caught fire. They put the fire out and then it combusted again, according to certain sources. And the reason why I put down what comes to mind is because the scriptures that I have is what came to mind, when I saw that, because, we got to look at things spiritually, man. Different brothers have different opinions on it. Different brothers have different thoughts on it. Every brother has a different perspective, but at the end of the day, it's all spiritual. Because, you got Jake, celebrating and things like that. But really, man, the way I looked at it was a symbol of Esau's end, man. A symbol of the tables being turned, because, a lot of people don't realize that slavery and Jim Crow, was not that long ago, man. That shit wasn't like 500 years ago, man. It wasn't that long ago. And one thing about it is this, right? Those plantation homes were being used for venues and for weddings and things by Edomites, mind you, by Edomites. And, Jake is so simple, they don't realize that Esau to this day hates you. That's why he left those things up. If he really had love for you, he would have knocked those things down and either left it alone or did something else with it. But no, he continued to make money off of it. I'm pretty sure the original owners, the family, I'm pretty sure it still belongs to that family, the descendants of those people that owned you Israelites on that plantation. I mean, I didn't do too much research on that plantation specifically. I might do it after the lesson. As far as like the history of it, like, who owned it and who owned it now and who owned it back then, if there was a different owner. I do know that it was being used for weddings and things like that, because it is a mansion. All right, all those plantation homes are huge, man. They ain't little homes, Some be having 10 plus rooms. But I looked at it as a symbol of Esau's downfall, man, and the turning of things, man. The plowman overtaking the reaper. That precept, that prophecy will come to pass very soon, because when Yahweh Shai comes back, man, you elites, man, you're gonna be left alive, so that Yahweh Shai can shackle you and chain you up the same way how you did to his people. And I've actually had conversations. I want to say this real quick before I get some precepts. I have had conversations with certain Edomites about this topic, and man, I've asked and I try to, and I'm always discreet at work. I never say what I'm about, but I've asked, like, hey, do you ever think the tables could turn? He said, nah, it's the future, man. That will never happen. There's too much technology in Africa. These Edomites are ignorant. That's what this Edomite had to say. There's too much technology in Africa, man. Like, there's no reason for black people to want to enslave white people. And it's like, okay, but hey, according to the scriptures, though, that's what's gonna happen. All right, so Lamentations chapter 4, and I'm gonna start at 21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. Now, the daughter of Edom, that represents you Edomites as a whole, the nation of Esau as a whole. Okay, and contrary to popular belief, the Edomites are not done away with. How you know that? Well, these are the Lamentations of Jeremiah. This is prophecy right here. All right, the Edomites are not done away with. Why is Jeremiah talking about Esau? Why? Right? Because I think according to the Christians, he was done away with. I think I don't think they say it's during the time of the kings or nothing like that. I don't know when they said, because they're lying anyway. So who knows? There's probably different timelines where they say Esau's done away with. Esau's not done away with. Jeremiah is prophesying about them right now, because this is the Lamentations or Quianath of Jeremiah. Okay. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. And by the way, Jeremiah was during the time of the Babylonians. Why would he be talking about Esau? That's how you know this is prophetic. All right? When you look at the timelines, you got to use your head. You got to know that history, man. You got to know that history to know the mystery. All right? It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. So rejoice, you so-called white people, and that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also, I mean, that cup is that slavery, that punishment, right? You're going to have to drink that, right? It says, the cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked. Right? The cup, man, that punishment. You're going to drink the dregs, the scriptures say. You're going to have to pay for what you did. All right? And your plantation house burning, that wasn't the punishment. No. That's low level. No. The punishment's going to be in the kingdom when we have plantation homes. You don't come on, man. Jake, as creative as Jake is. Hey, let me tell you something. There's plenty of 2/3 niggas that are here today that was on them plantation homes that are wicked as hell. And in the kingdom, they're going to be righteous, and they're going to remember everything that you did, man. You don't think the Israelites that went through the judgment of buck breaking, you don't think that they're going to have a level of revenge for you so-called white people, for you Edomites, man? You know? Man, and I say so-called because you're not. This ain't anything about color, man. It's about nations. Nation of Israel, Black, Spanish, Native Americans. Because it ain't just Judah. But I'm talking about Judah specifically because it's a plantation home in Louisiana that got burned down. That started to burn down, right? And, it's really nations, man. The nation of Esau, some of them look like us. But guess what? In that time, man, in the kingdom, man, you're going to look like yourselves and we're going to look like ourselves, and we going to punish you, man, for the wickedness that you've done. You, like I was saying, though, you don't think there's Jake that went through, Jake got his wife taken and raped in front of him. You don't think he's going to want revenge for that? Of course. He might be wanting to hold hands now because he doesn't remember. But in that time, the Lord going to make him remember. He going to put his anger within the men of the Lord to bring forth vengeance upon Esau, man. All right, verse 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. That represents the Israelites. And we're at that point right now, man. All right. Right now, we're at a point where our captivity is almost over. Right now, we're in the physical bondage. We're wage slaves right now. We're not in shackles right this second, but we're in slavery, but it's almost done, man, and it's beautiful. I can feel it, man. And all brothers, man, we all feel it. We all know what we're almost up on out of here. We just waiting for them prophecies to happen, and we golden. Lord's will be of the elect. It says he will no more carry thee away into captivity. Yeah, because this is the last one. All right, that's why the scriptures say, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, because when Esau's, rising was a symbol of his own downfall in reality, and a symbol of our uprising. Right now, Esau Edom is going down, man. They have inner fightings, elites fighting each other, offing each other. They're not in order. A house divided can't stand. So Esau is going to die, man. He's going to be taken out the way, rejected, shackled up, shipped. We're going to ship his ass everywhere, man. We're going to, I really believe, in the kingdom, we're going to recreate certain landscapes to look like the deep south and beat the shit out of Esau, man. You don't think we're going to do that, man? It's the kingdom of heaven. Anything is possible, man. We're going to do things like that. Really, we're going to do it better than that because we're going to do things in righteousness. And he's going to pay, man. You don't think, there's going to be, real tall, dark-skinned men, all right, with the shiny face and froze beating your ass in the kingdom. Yes, you so-called white people, man, you should be in fear. Actually, no, you should rejoice. The scripture just said that. Go rejoice and be glad, man. Rejoice and be glad. Go do, live it up, like literally. We don't joke when we say that. Go live it up because, this is your time to enjoy it because right now we're in slavery. Our time to enjoy being in the kingdom of heaven. Okay? So go enjoy it. It says, he will visit thine iniquity, O daughter. Let me read this verse again. Lamentations 4:22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. Right? We won't go into slavery anymore. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Right? Now you have to pay for what you did, Esau. And it doesn't matter that, that was my forefathers. That wasn't me. You're them coming back. We all reincarnate. We're our forefathers that went through that. That's us. We went through that. Now we're back. All right. The prophets are now out. We out teaching, preaching of your downfall, because that's the way the Lord set it up. Isaiah 14:1, this is why it's an exhortation. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. Right? Because you brought about that plantation Christianity and fed it to us. Now you got the Northern Kingdom doing the same bullshit, hooting and hollering in the church, just in a different language. Hey, let me tell you something, man. As somebody who was a part of the Northern Kingdom that grew up like that, yeah, I grew up in a Baptist and Pentecostal type churches, man. And then now that, as I got older and learned about who I really am, and then, I go see how the Southern Kingdom would move in the churches. I'm like, it was the same shit, just a different language. It was no difference. These guys, these Edomites performed the perfect psychological operation. Ain't no difference, man. Had us all in that trick bag, right? But it says what? The Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. So that the whole concept of, in Christianity, all are welcome. No, man. That the Bible was never about that. The Lord was never about that. The Lord was all about separation. The Lord is all about segregation. The Lord is all about racism. Those things aren't evil. Those things is what kept us. We went off, but still, it's what kept us in order. All right, until we went off, obviously. But when we wasn't doing what y'all was doing, you heathen, we was fine. The Lord was with us. We wouldn't go into captivity. Our economy would flourish. Jake was getting married, drinking, having a blast, right? And then niggas, man, they want to integrate, get with these other nations. And it's like, man, now we all effed up, man. Now we all thinking that God just loves everybody and his name is God, right? No, man. No, for the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel, you blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, man. And those of you that don't have the typical look thereof, but you believe in the 100% truth, man, the Lord will have mercy upon us. He's still choosing us. He has not rejected us, man. Don't let these churches lie to you, talking about, oh no, there's neither Jew nor Greek. You're saying those things with no understanding. You're just reiterating what they taught you in them seminary/cemetery schools, man. No, the Lord still has a chosen people that never went away, and that's forever, man. His word is above his name, man. You can't go with your replacement theologies and blasphemies like that, man. You can't do that, you Christians, so-called Christians, because you're really not anointed ones. All right, you're actually anti-messiahs, you bunch of antichrists. All right, like Apostle Tahar said to call them, man, because this is what they are. They're against Yahweh Shai. Everything they preach is really blaspheming the Lord, man. For you to say there ain't no more chosen people, that's against the Lord. It says, and set them in their own land, because we're going to have our own land back. We're going to have the land of Israel. You stinking Arabs, all right, you Palestinians and you fake Israelites, you Amalekites, you ain't going to be in there no more, man. All of them really stink, man. They ain't going to be in there no more. There ain't going to be no more Tel Aviv gay parade shit. No, the Lord going to burn that shit up, clean it up, and put us back in our land. It says, and the strangers shall be joined with them, which that's you Israelite foreigners. Shit, we're the Israelite foreigners, coming back to the Lord. Being joined with the strangers, being joined back with the Lord. That ain't heathen. It says, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. Right? So, hey, man, the same way how they did us, they brought us in for their entertainment. All right, to do the work for them and things like that. We're going to do that to y'all in righteousness. Because we ain't going to be sodomizing men like you Edomites. That's the thing, man. They're so superior. They think that there's such a superior race. All your greatest so-called heroes that aren't us, because a lot of them were actually Israelites, but you whitewashed them. Those of them that wasn't, those of you so-called white heroes that wasn't Israelites, were sodomites. Alexander the Great was a faggot. Was a straight up homosexual. And I'm gonna say faggot because we can. He's a damn faggot. All right, he likes boys. That's what your race. Your race has sex with animals. There is nothing white culture, no such thing really as white anything. But you Edomites, man, your culture is straight trash. It's nothing but murder, rape, rob, homosexuality, bestiality, wickedness. You weren't made to be honorable. That's the thing. Edomites were not created to be some honorable race of people like how we were. Shit, a dirty Moabite is more honorable than an Edomite, So, hey, it's a beautiful thing, man, that we know this truth, man, because we know that they're really you so-called white people are the degenerates of the earth, all right, and who the Lord abhorreth forever, man, all right. It says, And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, right? We're going to possess these heathen for servants and handmaids, right? And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over the oppressors, right? So we're going to rule over those that oppressed us, all right? And that's everybody. It ain't just you so-called white people, man. The Moabites, the Ammonites, everybody got to pay. Every nation has to pay for what they did to the Israelites, okay? And it shall come to, oh shit, drop my phone. Salakia. And it says, and it shall come to pass, verse 3, it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. Beautiful, man. We're going to receive that rest finally, man. We're going to be able to rest from these dumbass taxes and all the different things that happen to us as a people. You know, ain't going to be no more of that. All right. And I'm going to skip down to verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers. Right. So prepare slaughter for the children of who? Esau, man. For the wickedness that they've committed. You know, it says for the iniquity of their fathers. You don't pay for your father's sins. You are your forefathers coming back. That's why you got to pay. It says that they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities, right? So ultimately the judgment of Esau Edom, man, is to pay for the iniquity that they have committed. All right. Hey, that's the thing. Esau couldn't stop at just killing us. He had to perform psychological operations, perform actual experiments on us. To this day, experiment on us. Throw chemicals on us. Put chemicals in our food and our water, and yet we still thrive, man. You have to pay for that. That's what I thought. Oh, that's what I thought about when I saw that plantation burning, man. I thought about the vengeance and all the things that he's done. He's gonna have to pay for, and it's the downfall of Esau Edom, so-called white man. All right, and we're gonna rise up soon, man. The Heavenly Father gonna send His only begotten Son to deliver us, change our bodies, man, and the fishers will become hunters, man. All right, and then the kingdom's gonna be established, gonna be beautiful, man. That's what we wait. That's what we waiting on. That's what we banking on, man. Hey, but that's all I wanted to bring out through spirit. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, double honors to my elders, my apostles, great millstone, which are the men that rule well, the men that taught us His truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations as always to the elect and Lord's rulers who's exhorting and edifying. Shalom.